Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you. Would you please make welcome Australia's Olympic champions. Well, how's it feel to be home?
Great.
Was anyone at all embarrassed by the closing ceremony?
Not at all. We thought it was funny. We thought the kangaroos were great, yeah.
And the cockatoos?
Bit of Australiana was great for us. We'd been away for a long time, so it looked good. It might have looked a bit tacky, perhaps, on TV, but it looked great to us.
Did it?
Yeah.
And it was fun?
Yeah, it was great.
Like all the countries were really impressed by it. They said it was nearly better than what Atlanta put on themselves, so it came across really well.
Oh, great. Well, Mr. Diamond, have you slowed down a bit?
Absolutely not.
You're not still going 130 kilometres in 110 zone, are you?
Mate, that's actually slow now. I'm pounded up to about 200 now. Now they can't catch me.
How was the feeling?
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely. There was all that Olympic thrive there, and I'm absolutely over the moon still.
So you got a job?
No.
Yes,
I mean, have there been any job offers or anything?
I've had some, but nothing as concrete as yet. You don't want a job, do you? No. This is too easy.
What about you, Russell? It's just the opposite, isn't it? Beretta in Italy wants you to come and work for them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a reasonable offer to go over there and shoot a lot more than what I have been in the past, but I guess that is the opposite for me. I've got a profession here in Melbourne, and it's a sport for me, a job first, a sport second. So it's finding the balance between the two at the moment.
Because you're the gold medalist in the double trap, does that make you twice as good as him?
I've got about half as much ability as him, I think. I mean, he leaves most people for dead.
Well, where's the awesome 3 out of 4-some? Well, welcome again.
Thank you.
Who was the larrikin that stood up in the boat?
Mate.
Have a look at it.
I was happy. He actually asked permission before he did it because he said, I'm going to show off a little bit here, fellas, but I'm quitting, so I'm going to stand up. Going out on a high.
Oh, but I thought you'd get through the floor of one of those things if you stood up.
No, they're pretty stable. We've got a little platform we can stand on, so I thought, you know, probably one of the last major international competition, I thought I'd get up and show the world how we felt.
Oh, is this the end of it for you or not?
Oh, no, not really. You know, initially it probably was, but after winning in Atlanta, it maybe brought on a whole new set of emotions, and to see how the Americans felt and have the Olympic Games in their home country, it made me maybe, you know, 4 years is not that long down the track. But
Yes, because there's the new man there who's a good deal younger than you or I.
good deal.
Yeah, 10 years.
How are you going selling fruit?
It's pretty funny. It must be doing something, because all the letters that we got from the kids, it was always about peaches and mangoes. Nothing about rowing, just peaches and mangoes. Yeah.
What now?
We're just going to enjoy it, because the Olympic Games for the athlete is the pinnacle. It's the end, I suppose, of 4 years of hard work and training, and we're just going to take our time and enjoy every moment of it.
You're not having lessons in...
And singing.
well, synchronised singing, I thought.
Well, actually, with the national anthem, we actually sung to the music from what we hear, and we thought we sang in time, but with the delay, it sounded like we were behind. That's a good excuse, isn't it?
Susan O'Neill, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Did you feel the great weight on your shoulders that morning?
Not really. I was actually quite relaxed compared to, you know, because it was an Olympic Games. In the marshalling area, we were all chatting and talking to the other girls and that sort of thing, so I'm glad I didn't let it get to me that it was, you know, actually the Olympic Games.
It was a Saturday, wasn't it?
I don't know, it was day 7. It was day 7.
Yeah, no, it was Saturday, and you know, I got up at normal time, 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and I picked up the papers, and the headlines, I felt offended. They were mocking the swimmers.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen any of the press clippings yet. You know, we heard through the team that they were bagging us, you know, back in Australia, but we were sort of used to it after Barcelona. And
Yeah, look at this, and that's real mocking stuff. Life in the slow lane.
yeah, I haven't seen that. That's pretty bad, isn't it? I suppose it sells papers, and that's why they do it. But I think we showed them on the last day that we're a good team. And
That sinking feeling?
God, this is disgusting. I haven't seen any of this before, but I mean, I didn't let it affect me.
No, quite obviously. Come in, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hi, Richard.
G'day. So I got you up, did I?
We've got to go and play a match after this.
Tell me, it's public knowledge that you got $300,000 for winning the men's doubles at Wimbledon. How much did you get for the gold medal?
0.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Just the glory of winning for Australia. We don't get to play for Australia that often besides Davis Cup, and it was just a sensational feeling to be a part of the Australian Olympic team, and we ended up winning gold, so it was a sensational feeling for us.
I mean, why is it that you didn't attract a crowd? I mean, I would have been there.
Well, you should have come over. We had a lot of support actually from the swimmers and some of the other athletes from the other sports. I was rooming with Mark Philippoussis for the 17 days, and it was his job. I gave it to him to go and drum up some support because we knew that our opposition would have a lot of fans there, and he did a great job. I think Scud was leading the conga line around the stadium when we won, so he did a brilliant job.
Yeah. Todd, have you stopped beating up on American officials?
Richard, I knew that you would come at me with this question.
Oh, I'm sorry, I take it back. But tell me anyway.
Yes, everything's much quieter, much more relaxed and so on, but that incident actually put a big damper on my Olympics, and I was pretty happy that we were able to keep concentrating and get on and do the job that we did, because that certainly wasn't an easy thing to get through.
Did Natasha
Actually, hang on, we don't get a lot of news of what's happening back home, but obviously Michael Diamond did something when he got back home. You might want to fill us in over here in Cincinnati. Hi, Michael, how you doing?
Did Natasha give you the rounds of the kitchen?
No, Natasha was there when it happened, so she was a little bit upset by the whole thing, so...
Todd was very quiet. He didn't want to tell anyone.
It was one of those things that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time with no one there to help me, and, you know, it was really quite a bad experience.
Fellas, thanks very much. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you. Thanks, Richard.
Rochelle Hawkes, how's it feel to be captain of the world's best women's hockey team?
Feels wonderful. It was such a great achievement. Going into the Olympic Games ranked #1 and coming out of it with a gold medal with a lot of pressure upon us to succeed. It was just a tremendous feeling within the team and a great honour.
Without telling me it's because you're the best, I mean, why has Australian women's hockey done so well?
Probably a lot of that is due to our coaching staff. We've got a great coach in Rick Charlesworth and our assistant coach Chris Spice, who've been coaching the side for 3.5 years now, and also the depth of talent that we do have in Australia, and hopefully that will continue. And you know, I'd like to think that we can go on and perform just as well in Sydney in 2000.
And that talent is, some of it, sitting on either side of you.
That's right, and it's not just on the hockey field, hey Nova? She's been having a good time.
Has she?
Yeah, as you can see from the closing ceremony shots, she certainly has been enjoying herself.
Like I was just saying to a couple of the guys out there, we haven't really sort of had time to just sit back and really have a good look at what we've, you know, achieved. We've come a long way. Like, in the last 4 years, I've made a lot of sacrifices in my life, no doubt. A lot of people have, but like with my daughter and everything, and you know, it's just going to be, like, the next 2-3 weeks are going to be pretty hectic. I just really like to sit back, watch the game, and just really think, wow, you know, it's just like a fairy tale for me.
There are 16 women in the squad, aren't there? I think you're the only mother.
Only mother, yeah.
That's right. What, one child, is it?
One child, yeah, Jessie. She's 6.5, so I haven't seen her yet. She's in Darwin, so I'll be going up there tonight to see her. I haven't seen her for about 4 weeks, so it'll be quite good.
Why didn't you go up there today?
Because I had to come here.
I really walked into that, didn't I? What's her name again, sorry?
Jessica.
Jessica?
Yeah.
Jessica or Jessie?
Jessica, I call her Jessie. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Where is she? It's lovely, isn't it? Kate Slatter and Megan Stills. Coxless Pairs.
Yes.
This, for both of you, this was not your choice of sport, is that right?
Don't know about that. I came in through talent identification, so it wasn't a sport that I was actually aware of before the AAS sort of came around scouting and looking through the Canberra and Queanbeyan schools, and I'd never really paid much attention because it really is more of a private school sport, but more and more these days it's, you know, a sport for everyone. And I tried out for a totally different reason altogether. I was actually at Adelaide University in O Week, and I thought it looked like a great social sport and something I could do in conjunction with my studies. But no one told me that it actually takes over your social life, and that 3 times a day is about, and then sleep and eat is about the only other 2 things you do.
That leaves the equestrian team. And Andrew, I guess you must feel a little bit out of it with no broken bones.
Well, that's right. My pain threshold is fairly low, so I try to stay on.
Gillian, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was not my most wonderful day, shall we say. Things were going great until the first fall, and we slipped over on the flat, not anywhere near a jump, and then got back on, kept on going. That's where I did the damage in the ribs and the collarbone. And then the very next fence was the water, and jumped into the water and tried to turn left, and the left arm didn't work so well, and so my very brave horse kept on going, but deposited me in the water on the way. So then it was, well, I have to finish. I can't not get back. So on I went again, and the rest is history. The other guys did a fantastic job.
Look, I cracked a rib once, and it was unbelievably painful. And that was lying down in a bed. I mean, how did you do it?
What were you doing?
That was after I cracked the rib. It's all right,
Yeah, it's amazing what adrenaline does for you. And I mean, I was just so pumped up. I was there at the games. You're there to do a job, and you just keep on going no matter what.
Wendy, how's your leg? Your broken one?
Yeah, my broken leg's doing fine. I'm probably going to give it a bit of time to heal now, but it was great in the competition. I was so focused on what I was doing that it wasn't an issue, but I suppose it was just a little tough in the lead up and the motivation and the general lack of fitness because of it, but at the end of the day it did the job and held up.
It was amazing. Where we were lucky to deal with one of the sports psychologists who was also dealing with the equestrian team, and he filled us in as it was going on about, you know, the ribs and the collarbones and the legs and everything, and just was describing the whole situation. This was just before our race, and it just made you realise that, you know, what other Australians were doing, and it was a real inspiration. It certainly was to us anyway. It was quite amazing to listen to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing else to say to you other than reflect what I think all of Australia feels, and that is very, very hearty congratulations.